All right. Hello, everybody. We're a little late this week. Some stuff happened, but we're going to get right on rolling. Mike, tell us about The Flash.
Oh boy. Okay. So last week we saw Team Flash enter Earth 2. This week they're trying to escape from Earth 2. Um, and on last week's episode, the team races to find Zoom's lair and asks for help from the most unexpected source. Yeah, that's right. Killer Frost joins Team Flash. Meanwhile, back on Earth 1, Caitlin rushes to perfect Velocity 9 so that Jay can stop the Geomancer. Okay. That's two things I love right away in this episode. The fact that Killer Frost has decided, well, Killer Frost has joined up with the team to help find Zoom's lair and rescue Barry. And they finally perfected Velocity 9.
Yeah.
I love how fast we've gotten to Velocity 9. And Velocity 6 was only introduced 3-4 episodes ago.
Yeah, it was the mid-season. No.
Yes.
Was it the mid-season?
It was they introduced it in the Flash Arrow crossover.
Yeah, because that was the one, because Wells got shot, and then they needed the Velocity 9 to...
They needed the Velocity 6 to help Wells.
To help. Okay. I was just trying to remember if they introduced it then or when Barry got temporarily paralyzed.
Nope. Velocity 6 was
right. Okay, got you. I couldn't remember which episode was introduced in, but go on.
Yeah, just we're so close to Velocity 9 being, well, I would say it's 95% perfected. I don't know what do you think on that?
I would say so. I would say that in canon, in my head right now, we're gonna talk about it at the end.
Oh, yeah.
That it is perfected. They just didn't get a chance to use it. The perfected version.
Right.
Because reasons.
Yeah, because reasons. What else I like about this episode? I really liked Cisco in this episode. Cisco as a character has just really stepped up. The actor playing him, Carlos Valdez, or however you say his last name.
I believe that's it.
He has really stepped up his game, and we'll get to Legends in a little bit, but his scene in Legend tomorrow, however brief, is just another sign of how awesome that character is.
Yes.
But yeah, Cisco, he's always been my favorite character ever since he was first introduced in Arrow, just because of how kooky and crazy he can be, and yet how totally relatable he is as a movie fan and as kind of the audience surrogate at times.
Yeah, definitely.
Really? What else I like about this episode? I'll say one more thing before I hand it off to you. The interaction between the berries of Two Earths. That speech got me teary eyed.
Oh yeah, no, that was very good. I'm glad that they got to let Barry do a little bit more with himself in this, and I was hoping that we'd get the inspirational speech either way. It was nice seeing it from weird. Ever since I knew they were gonna have a big war of words, when they find him locked in, I swear we're gonna have words. We're gonna. I loved just from the start of this episode seeing Zoom come in looking for them, and the fact that they had the fake room with the fake wall inside of the fake hallway.
That was like a horror movie. That whole scene.
Yeah, that was amazing. Just like, yeah, we're sitting there. Holy crap. Okay, he's in the building. What the hell are we going to do? That was great. Seeing the velocity get perfected, in my mind is perfected. They just, like we said, for reasons didn't use it, but we'll get to that later. It was good. They took care of Geomancer, and we had the typical J. Jonah Jameson moment with
what's his face?
I can never remember the dude's name. Well, I shouldn't say I can't remember his name because it's the new editor.
Yeah.
For that didn't want Iris to write about how he can save everyone, blah blah blah. There's a new Flash and whatever. And obviously she can't say, well, I happen to know that he's in Earth 2 right now, so he can't be here. But it was that typical, you have to be a D-bag and say that the hero won't always be here or whatever. But it was good to see Jay take care of him, and that in my opinion was handled nicely. So
I just have to say up front, that guy's a dick.
That he's very, 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 very much so.
Like he makes J. Jonah Jameson look like a saint.
Pretty much. J. Jonah at least has some quirky humor to his dickiness, but this guy is just a dick. And as far as we're pretty much going through positives now, I very much liked when they finally got into the room where the Man in the Iron Mask, Jesse, and Barry were being kept, that she literally guaranteed her own death just so they could all get away. She's dead. As much as it pains me to say I'm never going to see Killer Frost again, well, Earth 2 Killer Frost anyway, because she was helping them get up and all that. She was ready to kill them, and then they talked some sense into her, but it was very much the I'm going to dive on the grenade so everyone else can get away moment. I like those.
Yeah, those are always fun to see.
Yeah. You're gonna, I can't wait to see from now on, the rush of people. Well, you see, he would have been fast enough to get away from her and that ice blast wouldn't have worked, so this is inaccurate. He's faster than the Flash. Shut up. It was a moment. He was caught off guard. Can it? The Flash has also been hit upside the head by mere humans. Crap happens. Mm-hmm. But as far as big positives, the fact that they actually got Jesse out, that was good. I was fearing that would have been dragged on too long. That was handled well. Just all the little character moments. There wasn't too much that pans out, but that was about as for what I got for big positives. But I've got a couple of negatives. So if you want to go first,
I'll leave this to you, because maybe it's just because we're separated in time, but there's not a whole lot that I can think of off the top of my head. So I'll just spring off of yours.
Okay, two of them are nitpicks. Geomancer, from the look of it, was a hospital. Strikes a hospital with a geometric blast.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
I know where you're going with this.
Oh, no. That whole building's going to fall. We better get someone to save that building full of people.
And
there was 3 people in that whole building? Are you kidding me? No patience, nothing. 3 people.
It was either the slowest day, like the slowest day ever at that hospital, or Jay was just really lazy.
Or they didn't go like, oh yeah, we forgot to tell you, Jay actually didn't save the other 200 people that died in the crash. Like, come on. You couldn't have him just go, cut. Oh, there's 50 people. Cut. There's 70 people. 3? Come on.
That's laziness.
That was just lazy. In the other one, every single frame that you see of Harry in Earth 2, he's got that Mass Effect space rifle on his back. And for some reason, they are like, oh no, I can't break this lock. We can't get Jesse out of here. How are we going to do this? Frost, can you get my daughter out? Where was your laser rifle? You magically don't have it now? The laser shotgun you used to take down King Shark. You just don't have it. Where is it? You showed that you have a strap to carry it on your back, and you magically don't have it now.
And that just, it's continuity errors like that are hilarious.
And one other one, and this pissed me off so much. They say, hold on, get ready to close the breach. Zoom is coming. Barry and Harry make it through the portal. Hip, hip, hooray. Why on God's green earth would, God, I can't even think of his name. Would Jay walk within arm's distance of that frickin' breach other than plot device we need to have him get sucked through the portal?
I feel like that's the only reason why that happened. But still, because
he walks a good 15 feet towards that portal. He was at the control panel, for Christ's sake.
You didn't need to walk all the way over there. Just stay where you are. The portal will be closed.
Also, he walks, turns his back, and starts smiling to say, golly gee Williker, I sure hope no one puts their arm through this portal and grabs me.
Plot device.
Like, if you would have him run up and grab Barry and rip him through the portal, then I would understand. But come on. Come on.
Basically what happened is he painted himself a huge-ass target. Like, hey, Zoom, come get me.
Yeah, the entire time, I'm just like, all right, he's walking towards that portal. I'm waiting for the black hand to come through. I'm waiting. Something's happening. And, of course, it happened. So,
yeah.
But those are my complaints. I had to get those out there because I've been holding my breath.
Honestly, I basically agree with all of those. So I have nothing really to add on the negatives, but
okay.
But still, that is just some of those are pretty irritating. Like, and the fact that after we do tomorrow's after show for this week, we're left dangling for an entire month.
Yeah, and it's quite a dangle.
It is quite a dangle, but more on that tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's dive into Arrow.
All right. Let's hit you up with that synopsis. All right. Code of Silence. Malcolm joins Stark, his wife, Ruve Adams, the other leaders of Hive, where it is revealed that they are on phase 5 of their plan. In order to tie up loose ends, Stark sends a group of mercenaries known as the Demolition Team to take out Captain Lance. They fail, and Felicity is able to track them to their hideout. Oliver, Thea, Laurel, and Diggle go after them, but are almost killed when the Demolition Team destroy their own building to escape. Meanwhile, Thea discovers that Oliver has a son, and I'm not gonna... Man! The last 3 of these give away the entire freaking episode. Okay, positives. I'm glad that, man, I had the actor's name in my head. I'm glad that the other Colossus is still getting work.
Oh, is that Curtis's husband?
No, he was on the Demolition Team. He was the big jacked up dude with the sledgehammer.
Oh, right.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
I had it up until the point where we started recording. But, yeah, you barely saw him, but he was the one with the beard and the sledgehammer. But, it was good. I was glad to see that, Lance didn't do the typical, I don't care that a really mythological being is trying to hurt me, so I'm going to be out in the open and try and get myself killed. No, I'll chill out. That's fine.
He looked pretty comfortable just chilling in the Arrow Cave.
Yeah, which is a pretty. I would be okay with chilling in the Arrow Cave if I was told that I needed to.
You know what that place needs? It needs a coffee machine.
It needs it, and I'm quite shocked that there isn't some like water cooler around or anything to just talk around. It was a very good team building episode, in my opinion. They had something happen that I wanted to have happen. I didn't expect this character to be the one to do it, but Thea found out about his son.
I'm not as surprised that it was her that found out.
Well, I'm not surprised that she found out, but like the CIA agent now, well, I shouldn't say CIA agent, I should say former Marine who's married to the now head of Argus, wasn't the one that had something, but like they actually thought of a really good way that they're like, so Oliver, we're looking through some records, and there was $1 million check made by mom to someone. No one's ever talked about this, ever. And why would mom pay this woman $1 million? And then she's just like, hey, she got a kid. You used to be a real big man whore. Do you want to talk about why this is your child? She didn't say that, but that's what she was thinking.
She certainly implied it.
Yeah, definitely. And the idea of the demolition team I thought was cool. Trying to take down the debate while they were all there. That was pretty sweet. It was a good, well-rounded episode. I gotta say, I got
pop quiz. Where did the demolition team originate?
Oh boy. Man, this is a thing that I had to look up after I found this to realize that wasn't something they just made up for the show. How old of an origination is the demolition team?
Okay, to be honest, I myself don't know specifics. I just know that they started off as Green Lantern villains.
Really?
Yeah, they were tasked to take out Ferris Airlines.
So they're just regular people that like were good with structural damage, like actually like that, or was there something else to them?
There's probably more that I don't know, but kudos to Arrow once again for bringing in deep deep cuts such as the demolition team to the show.
Yes, using something for a plot device that works when no one else is going to use them.
This is what I love about Arrow in general. They get away with taking deep cuts from the DC universe that nobody's even taking like the C-list Batman villains.
Yeah,
and putting them to good use.
Yeah, and it's shocking because once again, that is well, I shouldn't say it's surprising because you said of what they were supposed to do, but all these people fit on a street level because that would have been a 2-minute long episode if they had to fight the Flash.
Exactly.
So putting all these people in a street level capacity, because like I said, I didn't know what they meant, but I'm assuming the Green Lantern didn't have too much trouble fighting a construction team when he can make whatever he wants out of a ring. So right situation, right place. And we've never said this point blank. I know or at least I don't think we have while we were recording. On record, I'm stretching it. I think maybe Green Arrow has 10 total specific to him villains.
Yeah.
And we used maybe 8 of them in season 1.
Yep.
So they want the show to keep going. They've got to do some stuff. But yeah, that was good. The more you know. All right. I'm Ruve Adams. She's a really good foil. I appreciate her. She's going to shape up well. I think that's going to turn out very nicely. And as far as like I like how they pretty much have the villain cafe now, where where Malcolm Merlin has been freaking reduced to Captain to Professor the Dr. Claw, just sitting there with his cast when he was the head of the world last episode. But anyways, on to your positives.
Um, my biggest positive is just breaking down all the little stuff, all the character moments. I especially like the ending when Mr. Terrific.
Got called. By the way, you're terrific. Like,
yeah, that moment was great. I love all the dialogue between Mama Smoke and Detective Lance.
yes.
Like that was probably the most human, like the most realistic relationship I've seen depicted in a comic book TV show.
Definitely.
I mean, the situation may not be realistic,
no.
but I understood completely everyone's motivations.
Yeah. And before, do you have anything other for positives? Big ones, anyways.
The scene, well, the action. This, I'm not sure if this director, I'm not sure if this is the same director who did one of the earlier ones of the season, but this you could tell this was directed by an action choreographer, because the stunts were pretty excellent.
Oh yeah. And yeah, I agree completely with that. But one thing I wanted to talk about before we get to negatives, because this might have my favorite moment. Like I've said, I've teared up before. I actually cried when you had Curtis talking with Felicity. I actually cried.
That moment was beautiful.
And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, in most instances, you didn't have some BS thing like they did in comics where they just come up with some magical serum to cure Barbara Gordon's back that Lucius just had lying around. They thought of this one little thing, and it was a marriage gift, for crying out loud, that she almost found. And it's this little thing, and watching Felicity's face, like someone just told her that they're going to cure her cancer, pretty much.
By the way, wasn't that supposed to be like the big invention that's supposed to save Palmer Tech?
Yeah, the battery that they're developing, they're going to put into that to make sure it lasts her entire life. But just her entire, I almost swore, her entire company is saving her back. And seeing what that can mean to someone, that just heard him explaining a stimulus, he explained the whole situation of what it's used for, and she doesn't understand why it's for her. Him explaining that in time, this will let you walk again. And seeing her just melt into a human puddle of emotions. And just the Curtis, you're terrific, just had to be said. But
that was just the cherry on top of the sundae.
Yeah, and which leads me to something. Okay, you did not see in the limo. To me, it looks like either she was carried into the limo or Felicity's walking again. Because she's just sitting, regularly dressed, in heels, at the funeral in the back of the limo.
Oh, you're talking about the that flash forward?
That flash forward. So she could be walking again. Now, in that scene, Oliver asks her if she's okay. And she's not doing great. And he said, you have to kill him. What is the very last thing that Felicity showed that she had an extreme emotional attachment to her dad before he was sent away for life? that she knows Curtis Holt, they're great friends, and that he's a great inventor, and that he works for her and is a close friend. I'm not saying when he made that device that he signed his own death warrant,
but
I'm saying he signed his own death warrant.
You know what? After this episode, I'm back on that train. Which leads to my prediction that we'll get to later about season 5's villain. Or villains.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, I've been plotting the potential Flash season 3, Arrow season 5 storyline for a long time.
Oh boy. All right.
Do we have any negatives for this episode? Because I can't
okay,
think of any.
I have one. For Christ's sake, tell her right away.
Oh, about William?
No, not that. Up to Felicity's mom. She's been captured and saved by Green Arrow more than once.
Oh, wait, yes, that. Yeah, no, please do that soon.
Well, like she knows. He told her at the end of the thing that I'm being tracked by Dark. Just do that. You're a cop. She knows that he's after law enforcement. All you have to say is, I can't see you because a person that will murder you is by me. You're a law enforcement officer. You are the most liable person on the earth to use that excuse, other than Oliver Queen. Just tell her. That's all I got. That was the only real negative. But
I got nothing after that. This has been a really strong week for both Arrow and Flash, and honestly, my favorite show of the week, Legends of Tomorrow, otherwise known as Totally Not Prison Break.
There was a meme that came up when this is before even Legends of Tomorrow that came up that Heat Waves actor Dominic Purcell.
Yep.
Am I right? Okay.
Yeah, it's Dominic Wentworth Miller and the guy who plays Vertigo.
Vertigo. It's
I can't.
Peter Stormare. Peter Stormare.
Yes.
That's who it is. Man, they're sitting there talking at a lunch table in prison. What do you want to do when we break out of here? Well, I think we should be the entire stable of villains for the CW DC Cinematic Universe.
I love that meme.
Yeah. And all right, you were going to start. I'm sorry, I had to get that out there, but go ahead.
Okay. Episode 5 of Legends of Tomorrow, Failsafe. So after some of the Legends are captured and thrown into a Russian gulag during the height of the Cold War of 1986, Snart leads the team in an elaborate escape plan to free their comrades. However, Rip gives Sarah a secret side mission that could prove not only to be a liability, but fatal to the team. I'm going to let you start off with the positives on this one.
Leonard Snart. This is probably my favorite anything, no matter what show he's been on, other than the moment with, other than the, can't remember what it's called, Family of Rogues, I believe the episode was called in The Flash. Other than that, that's probably my other favorite one, but the interactions with Sarah, the whole, by the way, when you kill him, I want you to strangle him. I want you to hold his life in your hands, and I want you to watch as the life drags out of his eyes. He's on our team, you know. Yeah, remember that. Whoa. When a guy named Captain Cold tells you that you're being cold, something's wrong.
Oh, yeah. It's moments like that where Snart just proves how much he's it's the irony is not lost on me when I say that Captain Cold is really the heart of the series.
Yeah, him and Sarah Lance are in my heart, and until someone proves me otherwise, are the reasons that CW went, they really like that Captain Cold guy. and we really miss Sarah Lance. They like superheroes. I think we should make a third show, and we should make them both on it. We need to figure out a way to make that work. Oh yeah, we got these other guys too.
But you know who else? You know who else kind of made the show happen? Brandon Routh as Raymond Palmer.
Oh, definitely.
And my new favorite Trinity is Palmer and the Rogues.
Palmer and the Rogues. He's such a goofball. He just works in whatever you throw him in. And the beating he took with a sledgehammer. Oh, it was a sledgehammer. No, it wasn't a sledgehammer. That was a regular hammer. When you gain Heatwave's respect for taking a beating for him, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the fact that they left him laying out in the yard after that beating, everyone's in, and those two just rooskies are sitting there, and they taking bets on whether he's alive or not. That was great. Also, by the way, they point blank say this isn't my first prison break. They had that was just my opinion. Wentworth Miller is reading this script going, it's got to be in here somewhere. Yep, there it is.
That's why I nicknamed this episode Totally Not Prison Break.
Yeah. There's one other great moment. I'll let you have the rest of them. That speech by Jax at the end of this. And I love the fact that he calls Professor Stein gray. I love that so much. And that the whole, I understand now why you were so protective of me. You don't want to lose me like you lost Raymond and all this. And that's why I know you're not going to let her hurt me. And he's stopping her from being able to like fire anything at him when he was a helpless bag of goo pretty much inside of her for all this time.
Awesome.
That was so good. And he just ejects himself from her. That was so good. And it brings, I want one time, just once, when you become Firestorm, let it be Stein. On the outside, not Jax. Let it be Stein. On the outside. I just want to see it. the white eyes and everything.
Has Stein ever been on the outside in the comics?
I don't know. I don't know much about Firestorm in the comics. Like, I didn't know he had multiple partners. I just started reading up on it after this because he just kind of looked like a goofball to me until I actually started, like, reading it because of the show. I don't know. That's a great question. But, yeah, and also, when he runs across that courtyard, slams that thing down, Barry Allen who?
Oh, Jax. What a great character.
That, man, he's so good. All right, go ahead. You get the rest of it.
I think this is the first episode where every single character had a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Even Kendra had sort of a hand in motivating Jax to kind of be the one who saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's great that we see like some shades of gray with Rip Hunter's character, because we already know from the pilot that he doesn't really take authority well. So that's one shade of gray from the start. Also, who he chooses to work with. We know as fans of Arrow and the Flash that these are all the fan favorite side characters, but in universe, this is the most random team of nobodies ever.
Random doesn't even come close to picking this. They have two people that are mythical hawk creatures. You've got a guy that becomes a nuclear fireman. You've got two dudes with guns and a former League of Assassins member and a guy that shrinks. You have the kookiest Ocean's 13 you're working with ever.
Oh, yes. I already kind of mentioned when in our Flash segment, Cisco's brief hallucination scene. I hope we get to see more Cisco in in all the various shows, because that scene was just brilliant.
Yeah, I agree. And you're not kidding about being brief, because until you mentioned it, I forgot that was in the episode.
Yeah, like it was literally the first like 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did we mention last week that Valentina Vostok was a Doom Patrol member?
No.
Because she is in the comics, and
Is she just a regular human?
I uh I think she's a meta. I'll double check, but just having her as a villain, um, just having her on the show and having her be this mustache twirling villain is just kind of great.
Yeah. That would have been great if they would have had the protocol for what these firestorms are going to be called, and it was called the Doom Patrol.
Oh, if that's what they called it, I would have freaked.
God, that would have made me go, hold on, Valentina Vostok.
Okay, I'm not. It doesn't really say specifically whether or not she's just a human or a metahuman, but she does in the comics. She does go under the. She does assume the name Negative Woman.
Negative Woman.
So she must have like some sort of abilities. And she was also the White Queen of Checkmate.
Oh, okay. I know about Checkmate. That makes sense. Okay.
So in the comics, she's more heroic, but in this, they want to make her a villain, which is fine.
Which is fine, because like we said with Arrow, they're using like C-list and D-list people,
and just kind of like more like they're shaping them into kind of their own vision for the show. Exactly.
Use them for what they're going to, because this is kind of what sometimes when I imagine these boardrooms of these episodes where they have this entire gym filled with pictures of people that would work for the season, and they just grab a tennis ball with paint, home, and chuck it and go, well, yeah, she'd work for that episode. Hold on.
Got any negatives for this episode?
None that are really coming to mind right away. I can't really think of one.
You know, this is gonna come as a surprise, given how much I love this character. But honestly, this is the first time that I wasn't really a fan of Vandal Savage.
Oh, okay. Go into this, because I have never heard you say anything bad about Savage.
Hold on, I gotta take a call.
Okay. Hopefully I can edit this.
Sorry about that.
All right, that's fine. All right. Now just start talking about it, and I'll cut out the middle space.
Okay. Yeah, this is weird considering how much I've praised this character, but I for some reason I just wasn't really a fan of Savage this time. It has nothing to do with the performance per se. Just kind of just his role kind of seemed his presence just seemed, I don't know, kind of, I'm not really sure how to put it, more just like it's like the obligatory oh, remember me, I'm the big bad.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I can kind of see that.
Other than that, I really don't have any other negatives. Like I said, this show is just, it's just so enjoyable to watch every week.
And okay, and before we go, we're gonna have predictions for a little bit. Neither of us mentioned Connor Hawk.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. But yeah, as far as like predictions go, well, considering we're recording this late, we saw next week's Flash, so I'm not going to say anything.
Just we'll talk about that tomorrow, but
yeah, but I predict that next week is probably, in my opinion, with what I know the shows are and already seen one of them, is probably going to be my favorite week of the shows that we've had so far.
Same. I mean, on The Flash, you get the most Steven Spielberg inspired episode ever.
So good.
Arrow brings Vixen to live action. By the way, I saw a little preview, and Ali has one of the most meta lines ever.
Oh boy.
He says someone asked, how do you know Vixen? He replies, we had an animated encounter last year.
That's awesome.
And then on Legends, it's Star City in the future.
Oh yes, and we get to see all. Also, they kind of lied. I'm gonna call them out on it right now. They didn't, but they did. By the way, we're getting a goateed, one-armed Oliver Queen. No, we're getting a goateed, one regular arm, one robotic arm Oliver Queen. Because he's got both of his arms in both of the shots they've shown him in.
To be fair, would that be possible to do on a television budget? Trying having the CGI missing arm. Well,
do I need to remind you of the episode of The Flash we just watched?
Fair enough.
Which my answer is yes.
Okay.
But
to be honest, I can't be that mad at it, because we're getting Grant Wilson as future Deathstroke.
Did they say it was Grant Wilson?
We'll get a confirmation once we actually see the episode, but I've seen articles refer to him as Grant as opposed to Joe.
Okay.
Grant
well, I'm just making
Grant would make more sense because it's basically a rebranded version of Ravager.
Well, yeah. I was just saying we're for sure it's not Slade.
Well,
that's been confirmed.
It's not Slade because it's definitely a different actor.
Okay. Because way earlier on, Stephen Amell said that he would get in a fight with another Wilson.
He never specified it was on Arrow.
I know, and that kind of pisses me off. I was hoping it would be on Arrow, but anyways.
I
know. But or he could just mention that I've been dealing with this guy for a certain amount of years, and then he mentions an event of when he got brought on, and it's an event that could happen in season 4 we just haven't seen yet.
Maybe.
And we never see what Grant or Joe looks like.
Who knows?
But
I'm only doubtful that we'll see Slade again, because from comments that I've heard, it seems like Manu Bennett has burnt the bridge with the Arrow producers.
Really? Like what happened?
I don't know. Just comment. It's comments that I've read, like around the time that the producers mentioned that Slade Wilson is off the books.
Oh, so that when he'd be taking a break, he was mad that he wouldn't be on the show for a while?
I guess.
Oh, man.
You know how actors can get sometimes.
I know, but I like to think that people in the world aren't pretentious 2-year-olds.
In a perfect world, we'd all be Superman.
Well, the perfect world, I'd be Batman or Nightwing, but
I meant personality-wise.
Personality-wise, we would all be well. Nightwing would probably be my personality in a perfect world, but
actually, yeah, that'd be me.
Yeah,
I would still be Nightwing.
Yeah, but okay. Is there any other little articles that we can talk about? Like, other than obviously, Vixen looks awesome.
Vixen does look awesome.
And the fact that she's the voice actress.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
I think the people behind Vixen specifically cast someone who would translate easily into live action.
Yeah.
But that in itself is awesome, because it means that this actress is not just talented like vocally, but she has the physical stamina to be a superhero.
Definitely.
So that's pretty cool.
And if they've never said anything on Legends of Tomorrow, whether or not that's going to be continual. If it's not, and they need another superhero show, I don't know how it would last.
A live-action Vixen?
A live-action Vixen, to me, could be pretty cool. You would let that now, like we said, Green Arrow has 10 villains. I can't think of one for Vixen. So you would have to really scrape the barrel to make that work. But a female-led one on their network would be pretty cool.
Even if that doesn't happen, we know that season 2 of the animated series is happening.
Yes, but it's just that they got it in live action. She looks awesome, so I think it'll be sweet. Like a Birds of Prey TV show. I'm crying for it, people. Come on.
Hell, she can be a Birds of Prey.
She could. She's literally has the powers and could use of a bird. Come on. Have Oracle do. I almost called her. I called her Oracle. Sorry, Overwatch. It's so implanted in my friend. Overwatch. It even starts with an O. People, she's Oracle in Birds of Prey. So, blah. Overwatch, do some stuff on the side. It'd be so easy. So easy. They don't even need to show her interacting with them in person.
Yeah, she can literally phone it in.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Literally phone it in. But yeah. Anyways, anything else?
We'll save any major news pieces for tomorrow's show, but I'll say this now and I'll remind people tomorrow. Arrow and Flash are going on a little break, but Legends will stay in its regular slot.
Seriously?
Yeah, I looked this up. Legends is going on. Will be on like next week, the week after, but Flash goes on break till the 22nd, and I'm not sure exactly when Arrow is coming back on.
Huh.
Yeah, this is weird.
Okay. All right. I knew they were going on breaks, but all right. So I think with that, we're all done here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who is watching. We will be recording another show tomorrow, and it will be up Friday. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. For all you guys that You've been keeping up with us. It's been a fun time so far, and we hope to keep doing it all the rest of the show's running. So my name is Brock. You can find me at WayneTech7 on Twitter, and I am now an admin officially at Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy left some keys to the VIP lounge hanging around on accident, and I swiped them, so I'll be around there a lot more. And I'm also an admin at Sons and Daughters of AMC, so I'm around.
And my name is Mike. You can find me at Captain K42 on Twitter. And I'm also holding on to a pair of keys to the Geeks and Gamers VIP Lounge and the Sons and Daughters of Movie Talk. Both those Facebook groups, you can find me as an admin. And don't forget to do a couple things. One, subscribe to the Geeks and Gamers YouTube channel for all geek-related videos, including our show, We Are Geek, and various vlogs and reviews and stuff. And don't forget to sign up for the Geek Boards on geeksgamers.com. A lot of fun conversations happening every day, so you don't want to miss out on all the fun.
No. And we've got more stuff planned, so we're not sure when it's coming, but we're working on stuff. So, all right, we'll catch you guys next time.